talk of a filibuster on the Iran nuclear deal grows. And so does the president's confidence that this deal will be passed and it will look better than if he had to veto something coming out of Republicans in the Senate. To Mark Serrano and Craig Varoga, gentlemen, good to see you both. Craig, explain why a filibuster by the Democrats on this. We should remind people this is a resolution to disapprove of the accord. So a filibuster by the Democrats would look better than the president then having to veto something that was voted on, right?
Well, I mean, I think what we're looking at is the fact that politics in Washington is broken. The president clearly thinks that this is a good deal, and he's using, or is prepared to use legislative tools in order to advance what he thinks is a good deal. And I think the other thing the administration's confronting is that a lot of Republicans on the Hill are going to oppose what he did. They would oppose sunshine if he came out in favor of it. So this isn't a great situation for us to be in, but I think it's symptomatic of how broken our politics is.
But before we move on to Mark, this deal is done. It will be passed in one way, shape, or form, and it will go into effect. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yes. This resolution is a disapproval, and if they don't get a veto-proof majority, it will move forward.
But to that point, Mark, do you think it looks increasingly like there won't be a veto-proof majority, and that even it's why the shift? Because again, the tide among the Democrats has shifted enough that now we're talking about there might be enough Democrats. You need 41 senators. I think the president needs 12 more.
He needs 12.
Right, but the tide is shifting that you have a lot more Democrats falling in line with what the president wants.
Well, here's what's going on. The bar is so low for the president on this because of the ridiculous deal the Republicans cut in the spring. This should be a treaty that requires Senate approval, okay? It's not. It's just, the bar is so low. He only needs 12 Democrats, so he's in the clear. But let me tell you, the pressure in the states for those Senate Democrats is enormous. Tens of millions of dollars are being poured into TV ads against them by the opposition to this ridiculous, lousy deal that's going to make this. Look, this is not sunshine, okay?
Yeah.
This is a deal that will destabilize the Middle East. This is a deal where those 41 Democrats are turning their back on Israel, okay, with this vote. This is a vote like the 2003 Iraq invasion vote, okay? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we will be talking about the people who supported this measure on the 41 votes because it will be a disaster for Israel and the Middle East.
5 years from now when the arms embargo into Iran is lifted. And speaking of the Jewish voters here in the Northeast, you had Chuck Schumer's decision not to support it. A critical senator will be Cory Booker in New Jersey. Will he be pressured to join people in the region? What do you say, Craig? They should be thankful it's not an election year.
Look, I think that, in my opinion, we just heard a lot of hype and hyperbole.
No,
I'm not here to defend this bill. I'm here to say that there actually should be a rational discussion about what's good for American national security. The Republicans, should have an open mind, but the president should be talking about national security and talking about why this would be good for America, in his opinion, not just in the short term, but in the long term.
Look, we were snookered, okay? We were snookered. The Republican leadership, they fell for this ridiculous deal, and they didn't even know the details when they agreed to it in the spring. We were sold a bill of goods, and it is bad for Israel. And let me tell you, these Democrats will rue the day that they supported this thing. It's, 200 generals and admirals, 200 retired generals and admirals have sent a letter to the leadership of Congress opposing this deal because it will destabilize the region. This policy is going to damage relationships across the world and Israel.
Mark, we got to go.
Well,
Craig, I'm sorry, we got to go, but I invite you back, and you will have more time.
Thank you.
I promise
you that. There's a lot to discuss.
Most certainly.
Thanks,
thank you so much, gentlemen. Mark Serrano and Craig Varoga.